Hello. Hi, it's so nice to see you. Thank you for coming back. If this is your first time here, my name is Arlene. I am a performing singer-songwriter, and I am a late diagnosed autistic person with ADHD, and here I am in my studio. I'm entering my third year of understanding what's going on in my head. For years, I thought I was a freak. I thought I was wrong. I thought there was something. Yeah, we should talk about how I got, why it is that I got assessed in the first place. Anyway, today I wanted to tell you one of the most embarrassing things that I have not really been able to come up with a coping mechanism for in all my years before finding out that I am autistic and ADHD. It's an embarrassing problem. It's a problem at any job I've ever had, is my trouble with instructions. It's a problem. Either I'm reading between the lines and I make it too complicated, or I am missing a line somehow reading it, or I am misinterpreting it, or I just don't understand. And it happens all the time. It freaking happens all the time. It's why I'm such a stickler about other people's instructions. It's why when we had a friend staying, that the guide, the manual for how to live at our house and take care of things was like 6 pages long, because I went into detail, specific detail about everything. The why you do it, what the goal is, and the how you do it. That's kind of how my brain works. And recently I was reminded of it because I wanted to play this game called Myst. Do you know this computer game? I can't play the shoot 'em up games. It's too much pressure. But I want to play video games. I like to play the solving games, right? If I can find a solving game without any pressure. I don't like time pressure. I don't like getting blown up. I don't like blowing up other people. I don't like targeting or being targeted. None of that stuff. I like to solve a mystery. So there's this game called Myst, M-Y-S-T. It's an old game. It's, I don't know, 1,000 years old at this point. It's biblical, this game. It's about, I don't know, it's probably about 25 years old, 20 years old, at least. Anyway, so I download this game, Myst, and I paid $7.99 for it, which I don't think is a lot for a video game, according to the $79.99 that I have paid for other video games for people. Anyway, I start playing the game, and immediately, I don't know what I'm doing, which is why, one of the reasons why I'm asking you to maybe share this video if it's meaningful when I finally get around to telling you what the heck I'm talking about, and subscribe if you can. It sounds like a businessy thing. I'm very businessy. I'm following instructions, and I'm probably doing it the wrong way. So I thought, it's been around for 25 years, 20 years. I'm going to cheat. It's a thing that people do. I'm going to go through a walkthrough. I was like, internet, hello, how do I do Myst? How do I do this? And so the first step, number one, go to all the power thingies and turn them all on. No problem. I walk in, turn it on, done, done. Then step 2, go to the harbor building and go down some stairs and turn all the other ones on. Okay, I can't find the harbor. Building. I find where the is, and I find where the and I boop 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 beep toon ka. And I find where the kiko, tiny little ship. Oh, big ship. Oh, so good ship. That is a spaceship. I can find all of those things, but I can't find the harbor house. Where's the freaking harbor house? Harbor house. So I'm stuck on step 2, and that's where I am. So that was a few days ago, and I haven't been back because I'm stuck on step 2. I'm humiliated once again. I am not an unclever person. I am a clever person. God damn it! Why? I wanted to share with you this story. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm reframing things right now. 'Cause I don't want to feel badly about these things anymore. If I have my druthers, which I think is a thing, druthers, druthers, you get them in groups. One druther, two druthers, a group of druthers, a parliament of druthers. If I had my druthers, I would like to laugh about my challenges. I wish I could. I really wish I could. So I want to laugh about my instruction problem by remembering a childhood story. Bleep, 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 bleep. Don't worry. There's no violence in this story. I do not get punished. I don't get corrected with physical punishment this time. I know. Good story, right? Here's how it goes. I come home from school. What am I? I'm like 13 maybe. I come home from school. Latchkey kid, of course. It's the 80s. Both my parents are working. Oh, it's not even the 80s, it's the 70s. They're working long hours. My dad is a police officer. And there are 3 shifts, daytime, midnights, and afternoons. He's working afternoons. And he's left me a note. And the note is asking me to make chili for dinner. And here are the instructions. And he gives me the instructions. And he says, there's the ground beef. You take the ground beef and you put it with onions and chili powder and chili flakes and garlic and red peppers and green peppers and a little bit of ginger and some navy beans and some pinto beans and some tin tomatoes, right? Lots of them. And you put it all in a pot. This is instructions. Put it in a pot and cook it. And just keep stirring it. And love, Dad. Right on. I do it. I take the meat out of the package. I put it in the pot. And then I chop up. I'm chopping. And I'm so proud of myself. Chop. In the pot. Chop in the pot. Sprinkle. Measuring the sprinkles. I'm making the chili. I don't know. Who makes chili? Firemen. Fire! Chili! No, it doesn't matter. The point is, I make the chili and I'm ready. I'm ready for Dad to come home for dinner. Dad comes home for dinner. And he gets really upset. He gets really upset because what has happened is that I didn't pre-cook anything. I didn't cook the beef. I didn't brown the beef. It's not so bad about the vegetables. The vegetables will sort of cook in the thing, but the meat will not cook. I've made this, like the meat is still not cooked when Dad comes home for dinner. And he gets upset. And he, bah. And my mom comes home. And here's a nice story. My mom defended me. And if you've heard my other stories, my mom kind of had a hard time defending me sometimes. She was good with correcting me. But she totally defended me. And she pointed out to my dad that I did follow the instructions. And he was upset because I should have known. Dad had a sandwich. He had a peanut butter sandwich. It reminds me of so many childhood stories that keep me awake sometimes. I'm just like flooded with shame sometimes when I remember these things. Like, what the hell? But now I know. I know what the hell. Now I know what was happening. It's a processing thing. I have processing issues sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes. Unfortunately, it consistently shows up with instructions. All right, so here are a couple of things that I need to know. Looking forward. I always need to check the instructions ahead of time. I need to check them ahead of time. I need to be able to ask questions. And I need to reflect. I need to be able to bounce off somebody else. Is this what's happening? What's happening? And when I feel that hotness rising up in me because I can't find the apparently very simple thing that I'm supposed to do next, and I can't do it, when I start feeling that heat, it's time for me to step away. because I can't make it happen. If I try to make it happen, if I try to figure it out, if I make myself figure it out, if I start being mean to myself, I will have a meltdown. Misunderstanding instructions are a very good way for me to have a meltdown. Almost guaranteed. That's what that story is about. That's the story of making chili from instructions. So now I need to check all my instructions ahead of time. That's what I do. That's how I do it. And when I leave instructions for other people, I leave overly detailed instructions. Blah. Also part of reframing, when I take a look back, one of the nice things is my mom standing up for me. That's a nice thing. I like to hold on to that. And the other thing is that looking back, I think my dad was autistic. Yeah, I think that's what was going on. And I think he was ready to eat chili, a thing that he really likes. And it wasn't ready. And he couldn't understand why this instruction that he had left behind didn't work. And he had a meltdown. I think that's what happened. And I feel a lot of compassion for my dad now when I look back. My dad's been gone for a long time, 15 years. I think my dad was autistic. I think my mom had ADHD. So that's how I came across it. That there's a really high heritable link. Meaning, yeah, if you're the first person in your world to get diagnosed, one of the things we start doing is you might want to look at your family and think, oh, how am I like other people in my family? I'm like my dad. Yeah, my dad, who was the baby powder person. Yeah, and some of you looking back might wonder, yeah, how did my father, who was the policeman, not identify his child culprit by, I don't know, sniffing their head, which would have been a policeman thing to do. Over at Patreon, if you're into that, I'm doing songwriter stuff. I'm going through I found some songs, some demos, and I'm trying to figure out what they mean. I'm trying to figure out if they are warnings to burnout. Well, I guess I think they are warnings to burnout. Yeah. And when I'm doing all that warnings to burnout songwriting stuff, I'm following instructions. I hope I'm doing it correctly. That's over at Patreon. I am so glad that you were here. I'm so glad that you sat through this with me. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much for your comments. Thank you for sharing your comment about the last story I did. Oh, I told the story about, what was the story about? Oh, stealing the chocolate bars. The chocolate candy and getting found. That was intense. Thank you for sharing your stories. Yeah, we have intense stories, don't we? Some of those stories, why not make them funny? Why not? They're done. They're in the past. It's over. I can't do anything about it. It happened. I survived. Here I am. And here you are. And I'm going to talk about more of these stories. Yeah, in the funniest way that I can think of while I can. Yeah, I hope you're taking care of yourself. Take care of yourself, and I'll take care of myself. And let's take care of some other people, because that's what we do here. Yeah, we're human beings. In case you didn't know. I'll see you soon. Bye. Peace. Checking 1, 2, 3.